Today I will discuss the topic superconductivity. It was discovered by the scientist Kamerlingh Onnes in 1911. He got a Nobel Prize in 1913 for investigating the matter at a low temperature. Let us discuss first the distinction between the conductor and the superconductor. Consider the brass wire or the copper wire. At point A, apply the voltage is 50 volt and measure output at point B is 30 volt. So the potential difference in the brass wire is 20 volt. In silver wire, again we apply 50 volt, measure output at point B is 40 volt. So the potential difference in the silver wire is 10 volt. This is because the resistance in a silver wire is less than the brass wire. In the third case, superconductor, apply the input as 50 volt and when we measure a voltage at point B is 50 volt. This is because in a superconductor resistance is 0. This is the basic difference between the conductor and a superconductor. Then we plot a graph between electrical resistivity as a function of temperature. If you decrease the temperature, resistivity decreases and it becomes a minimum when T which is equal to 0 Kelvin. Some normal state of material act as a superconductor. When you again decrease the temperature, resistivity decreases and at this point, at a particular point, it becomes abruptly 0 and conductivity becomes maximum. This phenomena is known as a superconductivity and this temperature is known as a critical temperature. This process is reversible, means if you increase the temperature, it becomes a normal state of material. If you decrease the temperature, it becomes a superconductor. For example, mercury becomes a superconductor at Tc is equal to 4.17 Kelvin. Aluminum becomes a superconductor at Tc is equal to 1.1 Kelvin. Lead becomes a superconductor at Tc is equal to 7.2 Kelvin. Means different type of superconductor material having a different types of critical temperature. But maintaining the value of Tc is an expensive and tedious task. Now consider the sample. T is greater than Tc. Material act as a normal state. Then apply the external magnetic field. That external magnetic flux lines passing through the sample. When you decrease the temperature, T is less than equal to Tc, material converting into superconductor and it expels the magnetic flux lines. This expulsion is known as Meissner effect. That means the expulsion of magnetic flux during the transition from normal state to the superconducting state. This is known as Meissner effect. Now the Meissner effect shows the material act as a perfect diamagnetic material. Then we use a formula, magnetic induction inside the specimen is given by B is equal to mu 0 H plus M. This is the normal state. Then at T is less than equal to Tc, material act as a superconducting state. In a second figure, there is an expulsion of magnetic flux. Therefore, the value of B is equal to 0. This process is reversible. That means if you increase the temperature, it becomes a normal state. If you decrease the temperature, then it becomes a superconducting state and then it expels the flux lines. So, B which is equal to 0, substitute in equation 1. So, we get mu 0 H plus M is equal to 0, H is equal to minus M. Then we have one formula, standard formula, magnetic susceptibility of the material Xi is equal to magnetization divided by the external magnetic field. When you substitute the value here, we get the value minus 1. If magnetic susceptibility is minus 1, then the material acts as a perfect diamagnetic material. That means if the material is act as a superconducting material, then it must be a perfect diamagnetic material and this phenomena is used in a magnetic levitation or the maglev train having a speed up to 500 km per hour. The topic is critical magnetic field. The critical magnetic field is a minimum applied magnetic field which is necessary to destroy superconductivity and further restore the normal state of the resistivity. That means if you apply the critical magnetic field, the superconductor material is converting into the normal state. Then we consider the graph between the critical magnetic field and the temperature. This is the minimum magnetic field which destroy the superconductivity. Area under the curve is superconductivity, and above the critical magnetic field it is converting into the normal state of resistivity, or the material is converting into normal state. It has a standard formula: HCT is equal to HC0 1 minus T upon Tc whole square. HCT is critical magnetic field at T Kelvin, HC0 is a critical magnetic field at 0 Kelvin, and Tc is critical temperature, T is a temperature. For example of this critical magnetic field, when you consider the mercury at T is equal to 0 Kelvin, it is act as a superconductor, and when you apply the critical magnetic field 0.04 Tesla, it will destroy the superconductivity of this mercury and it is converting into the normal state. In second example, the superconductivity of the mercury when T is equal to 3 Kelvin, it destroys its superconductivity when you apply the critical magnetic field is 0.02 Tesla. Let us see the example of critical magnetic field. Critical field for niobium is 1 into 10 to the power 5 ammeter per meter at 8 Kelvin and 2 into 10 to the power 5 ammeter per meter at 0 Kelvin. Calculate the transition temperature of the element. Critical magnetic field having a standard formula: HCT is equal to HC0 1 minus T upon Tc whole square. Here HCT is critical magnetic field at T Kelvin. So this value is 1 into 10 to the power 5 ammeter per meter. HC0 is critical magnetic field at T 0 Kelvin. So this value is 2 into 10 to the power 5 ammeter per meter. Then T temperature, this value is 8 Kelvin. Then we have to find the value of your transition temperature. So Tc is equal to question mark. So we use the formula, this one goes to the other side, HCT divided by HC0 minus 1 is equal to T upon Tc whole square. So Tc square is equal to T square 1 minus HCT upon HC0. So Tc is equal to T upon 1 minus HCT upon HC0 under root. Tc is equal to, then you substitute T is equal to 8 Kelvin, then HCT is 1 into 10 to the power 5 ammeter per meter, HC0 is 2 into 10 to the power 5 ammeter per meter, then it comes out to be 11.3 Kelvin.